Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celebrate Black Excellence. I am your digital host, Carlton T. Clay. Our next guest is actor and filmmaker Samuel Lee Fudge. How you doing today, sir?
Really good. Thank you for having me, brother.
No problem. Thank you for being here on Celebrate Black Excellence. We definitely want to talk about the things that you got going on, man.
Yes, sir.
So let's get started with your career as an actor. So how did you get started with acting?
Oh man, my ambitions to act started when I was a kid. I had a very bleak reality growing up, so I would watch television, of course, like every other child, and I was inspired by the images I had seen on TV. So, of course, started just acting out in my room, and then my room started to the bank or the laundromat with my mom, and then just developed from there. It really got kicking at Paine College. Of course, I graduated from Paine, so being in the theater program there, and then, of course, you giving me my first opportunities here in the community to act on camera. And just blew off from there. Yep. So where I'm at now, to directing, writing,
Awesome. So what made you transition? Because you are a filmmaker, not independent filmmaker.
Yes.
What made you want to transition from acting into filmmaking?
Wanting to tell narratives that that I had an interest in, narratives that I thought would be beneficial towards our people, narratives that wasn't expressed through media before. Just wanted to be a representative for Black narratives that needed to be told to the world, to society, especially where I'm from. Like I said, I'm from a bleak reality, the inner city communities of Miami, Florida.
Okay.
So not so often are our stories told, not so often are our narratives told. And so just being a representative of Black underserved community stories is just something huge for me. So that's definitely why I went into independent filmmaking.
Gotcha. Now let's talk about your first short.
Yep.
Now, how was that experience? Now, talk about that. Again, making that transition,
Yep.
actually being behind the camera, but he was in front of the camera as well in that.
Yes.
So talk about that experience doing that.
Oh man, it's it was quite an experience. It was my first rodeo at doing everything. So just having to not control the crew, I'm sorry, but having to manage the crew, having to still act, having to direct myself, but also direct my peer actors. It was a lot. I definitely couldn't do it without the support of my team though. Just pre-planning, planning, post-planning, pre-planning, during planning, just planning just in general.
Right.
Being cohesive with my team, them helping me out. Even my assistant director at the time, just directing, seeing things that I couldn't necessarily see. But definitely a challenge, and I'm glad we got through it because it led to other projects,
That's awesome. Now you did mention again, you are a Paine College alum.
Yes.
So how did Paine College shape your career, what you're doing now?
Ooh, man, in a major way. Paine College, because of Paine College, just the knowledge, being cultivated, learning of myself, learning of my culture, learning of our people. The biggest thing I grasped from Paine College is just learning my responsibility within society, being a Black man who possesses an education and using my education, but also using my gift for the better goods of the community and our people. That's the biggest thing. I couldn't leave that school without realizing my potential, but also realizing the responsibility that I had. And it's been off to the races since then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. Now your latest project,
Yes.
Mosiah.
Yes.
It's about Marcus Garvey.
Yes.
Now we're all about educating here on Celebrate Black Excellence. For people who do not know who Marcus Garvey is, can you please tell us who that is?
Absolutely. Marcus Garvey is a Jamaican-born political activist who did a lot of work here in the States, but also across the country. Some may call him the father of Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism is just the uniting of Black people worldwide, African descent people worldwide, and that's just a small bunch of them. That's a small part of who Marcus Garvey was, or what he represented. Black enterprise, Black business, Black media, everything Black. So. In the small information, that's who Marcus Garvey was.
Now, what made you take this role? What made you take on the acting and also wanting to put this film together?
Oh man, I felt as though it was my calling. I felt that I had to do it. Matter of fact, I felt compelled to do it. I felt honestly, full-heartedly that God and Marcus Garvey himself chose and selected me to portray him on screen, but also tell his story through the script form, of course. I had to do it. Ever since a child, I was fortunate enough to be educated on who Marcus Garvey was. Ever since a child, I grasped his ideologies, his concepts. It made sense to me, and so I just knew from a child I had to do it one day. And through the grace of God, that opportunity came. Miss Alima Albari, she was looking for scripts to produce. She came across my Marcus Garvey script, Mosiah. She put it in the hands of an amazing director. His name is Gerard, and it went off from there. And so God's doing. But I knew that, just going back to responsibility, I just knew that I had to play a part in history, and that was the opportunity.
Got you. Now, I know a lot of times when you're doing these, these biopics,
Yes.
like how hard is it to portray somebody that's actually real,
It's very hard. And the hardest part was there's no media representation of Marcus Garvey out there. So no one really knows how his voice sounds. Nobody really knows what his mannerisms were. There was nothing. So I had to create that. Oh my God, it was extremely difficult, but thankfully through his words, through his speeches, I was able to grasp emotions from his speeches. I was able to develop a personality from his speeches, just the little things that were out there information-wise in regards to who he was or the things he did. I was able to build off of that as well. But the biggest thing was just that it was never done before. No one had done it. And so that came with more responsibility, because I knew that my performance would be judged worldwide by followers, by critics, by everyone, and so I know I had to do my due diligence and making sure that I portrayed him accurately and important to me effectively, to where people can receive his messages and the ideas that Marcus Garvey put out.
Now, how's this experience impacted your life?
Oh man. The biggest thing that now that I know that since I have played Marcus Garvey, and people are still learning who he is, it affected my life, because I feel like in my heart I have to live and honor just being able to represent him. So I say that in saying, in my everyday life, I have to look for opportunities to build our people. I have to look for opportunities to cultivate our people. Push self-reliance, push Black empowerment, push these different ideas that Marcus Garvey put out. It's crazy, like going to different festivals, and people who love Marcus Garvey, they now see me as Marcus Garvey, which is crazy. That blows my mind. Just people want to take pictures. People they want me to give them some wisdom of what Marcus Garvey would do if he was here. So it has changed my life drastically, but like I said before, I was definitely selected to fulfill this role, but also I think I'm handling it very well. Yeah, at the same time.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on everything that you got going on.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. I know you guys will be screening next month at the Peachtree Village International Film Festival.
Yes.
So that's exciting.
Yep.
How's the festival circuit been, man? It's been...
It's been a roller coaster. Honestly speaking, it's been a roller coaster. Being the first, it means a lot of things. Being the first is the acceptance part of it. So rather people openly accepting the messages, people openly accepting the content, and then there's some people who just openly like, hey, yes, we love it. Come bring it. We want to screen it. We want to do all this stuff to it. So it's been a roller coaster right now, but now finally it's picking up. It's picking up speed. People are more behind it. Bigger names, of course, out there now are behind the film as well. So it's pretty good so far. It's pretty good.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. What words of encouragement can you give somebody who wants to either get into acting or get into filmmaking? Because again, you're on both sides now. So what words of encouragement or inspiration can you give someone that's watching?
The biggest thing is if you want to be in control of your stories, your narratives, if you don't see your story often on media circuits, be in control of your own destiny and your own fate. Tell your narratives, or else it would never be told, or someone else would tell it. Just like you inspired me to do that, I inspire the next person. Tell your stories in the way that you want to tell them, without it being touched or tainted in any shape, form, or fashion. Be in control of your stories. be in control of your destiny, be in control of your fate. And Marcus Garvey would back that. Yes, sir.
Now, if people want to follow your journey or they want to continue to, see what you got going on, how can they do so?
SamuelLeeFudge.com. I'm on social media as well. Samuel Lee Fudge. Facebook, Samuel Lee Fudge. Just everything Samuel Lee Fudge.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. Well, Samuel, thank you so much for being here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for telling your story. And again, congratulations on everything you got going on.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. All right, everyone. I am Carlton T. Clay. This is Celebrate Black Excellence, where we celebrate Black excellence every day. Have a good one.